Hi guys, how you doing? It's Drew here, and today is day number 1018 review video here. So I've been sick over the weekend, guys. It just really hit me, that cold that I had the following week. If you watch my videos, I was like coughing and trying to edit my video as much as I could. It hit me really bad on the weekend. I don't know why. So I'm getting better now. So I thought I'd do video, and also now's a good time to do a video because we just had another big update this morning and last night. So I'll talk about that in this video. The update's really not going to apply to a lot of people. Probably the majority of people watching this video is not going to apply to you because most people are still building and they're not thinking about withdrawing. They didn't invest in Pro, or they didn't invest in the optimal pool, right? So it probably is not going to apply to most people watching the video, but still it's company news, so I'll put it out in this video. And also, there's going to be more news coming out about that news because it's not fully out yet, right? We've got $42,540 left to go here in the team turnover, guys. Guys, till I do my $3 million in sales, get the $150,000 bonus. Here's something else I want to talk about, which this is something that's new. Is I keep on failing the verification here. So what I've done, I've actually done it twice, and I sent it in and it's failed twice, okay? This is the verification for the marketing. The verification for your account is easy to pass because they tell you why you failed, okay? With the verification for marketing, they don't tell you why you fail, which is completely crazy. So I actually sent in a support ticket, and I'm going to show you guys this support ticket because I think it's a little strange. So they're saying they don't even know why, I guess, or something. I don't know. First I said my verification keeps on failing, and then they said, oh, check your mails and stuff. So I think they were thinking about like my verification of, even though I said marketing verification, they're probably thinking like not the marketing, but the other one, the account verification. And I said, no, it's the marketing verification. I don't get an email for that or a message bot or a bot from the message. And I said, like, I'm really close to my 15% bonus. And then they said, upload documents again and we'll confirm this. So they're going to actually let me know why it keeps on failing, guys. I think I know why it's failing. I'm doing it the exact same way as I did, a year or two ago when I sent it in. Right, when they put this out, this update here. But what I think that they've changed is that you need to actually sign it with a pen, and you can't sign it with like the e-document thing, like on your computer with where you just sign it with your finger kind of thing, and it goes onto your PDF there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll send it back into them, and then because I want to hear the answer, because guys, I have a lot of. Like 42,000. It's going to take me a while to do still, right? So I'm not really worried like, oh, is this going to happen tomorrow or whatever like that. And they can see that I'm trying to do it. But yeah, I'm going to send in the one that I sent in that failed, and because I want to hear the response from them, what they say, right? Because the one I sent in it's not the same as the first one that passed, right? Which I did a year and a half ago, but I did it the same way, right? I did the e-sign thing, and it passed. So yeah, they must have changed something there, guys. Maybe I'm thinking that you need to sign it with a pen there. So anyways, we'll figure it out in these videos, and I'll let you know. So in this video, we're going to send a member 337 SWCTs that she's bought off myself. And then we're going to do a withdrawal of, not STD, SWCT. We're going to do a withdrawal of STD here, and then we're going to do a withdrawal from S wallet to my ShakePay account, and then to my bank. Okay, of course I'm not going to record sending it to my bank because that's not a good thing to do publicly online, but I'll record sending to my ShakePay account. Okay, so a crypto withdrawal, right, from S wallet. Okay, because I think I have 500 USD in there or something like that that we could withdraw. So we'll get going here. I've got to send, because I told her like 10 minutes ago I'd send it to her, but then I started making this video. So we'll do this here. So we've got the got to get the username. This is her here, and then the amount 337 337 username Oh, wait. That's right. Right? 337. Write-off is going to be 338. I always pay for the one SWCT fee there. Just want to make sure this is right. 337, yeah. For $300 there of USDT. Yes. Hit that. Okay, go get my little code. Okay. So there's that. That's sent off. Now I'm going to go to the withdrawal. We'll just do this withdrawal of 116. 116. So 116 there. And then we need our STD little thingy here. So these will be investment funds for myself. That's what I'm doing with my STD, guys. I basically just send it to sorry, STD. I send it to S-Trade from S-Wallet. Why isn't it letting me click this? Did I already click it? Nope. Anyways, we'll do that again. 116 SC. This guy here. This guy. Get code. There you go. Yeah, so I send it to S-Trade. I sell it into SWCT, and then I send it back to S-Wallet, then back to S-Group, and then I make an investment. That's what I've been doing the last, I think, 3 weeks I've been doing that. So there we go. I'll refresh the page here. I'll show you the transaction. So there's this guy here. There's that guy there, which I just sent. There's the there's the withdrawal that I just did. And then also I've made $28 in commission up there. Okay. So that's sent off. I got to actually send a screenshot of that. I'm losing my voice. Oh, jeez. Okay. It's in your account. Okay. And then we'll go over this news. Okay, so here's the latest update here, guys. I'm sorry, it has nothing to do with the audit, has nothing to do with withdrawal or anything like that. You know, guys, how you have to think about that is just think about what did the company say when they put out the news about the audit, when they put out the news about why withdrawals have been turned off, obviously because of the audit and stuff like that. They said it's going to be 2 to 3 months from July 1st. Okay. So if there's no news coming out like weekly, right, from the, or even monthly from the company about that, it means that things are still on track. Okay. So when I see questions in the groups, thankfully it doesn't happen in my group all the time. It happens once in a while, about like, oh, when's withdrawals going to come on? And, oh, I can't wait for withdrawals to come on and stuff like that. It's like, you need to sit back and look at the big picture here. Right. And think about it, right? Like, okay, if they said 2 to 3 months from July 1st, then where are we now? We're at the middle of August. We're at August 15th. So we've got like a month to a month and a half to go, kind of thing like that, right? Okay. So this here, the toggle switch, guys, I know I've talked about this so much in the past, but the toggle switch, what they're going to do is they're going to have, and the reason why they keep on talking about this is because we're only going to have 7 days to do this. And what's going to happen, you're going to see the people, there's going to be some people in here, guys, that have even invested in Pro, but they're, you know, they don't look at their S-Group account all the time. They don't follow the updates, stuff like that. And they're not going to know that you're going to have 7 days to decide if you want to stay or leave in Pro, because this is a testing pool. And what testing means is like we're testing it out, and when we're done, you can continue with it or you can leave if you want, kind of thing, right? So there's going to be a switch here on the everything that's in Pro, guys, is testing, right? So there's going to be a switch. If you click to leave or whatever it says, off or something like that, I don't know what the switch is going to say, then your balance would move up to here, okay, without a fee. And your monthly income balance or any kind of other balance that you got there, which would be your monthly income balance, That'll go to the company. So you're not going to get that, okay? Because you're saying, hey, I want to leave the company. But any profits that you've made that you've, withdrawal in, or you've sold to another member, or you've put into a different investment or something like that, or you've reinvested into Pro here, guys. Like you can see, like these here are reinvestments of the 5,000 there. I think these top ones here. So that stays there, right? Okay. And there'll be a switch on it as well. So I could withdraw that or send that up here if I wanted to. Of course, myself personally, guys, I'm not going to leave this. Like the profits are great. I really hope that they decide to go and do Pro, like actually make Pro an investment in S Group here, like that we can reinvest into. But that news is going to come out after the audit because you can't invest in it, right? So that'll come out after the audit. Okay, so over here, same things apply for the optimal testing pool. Okay, not for the optimal 2 is what they're calling it. The new optimal where you can invest $100, that type of thing. This just applies for the testing pool. So this here, wherever it says withdrawal, guys, that's the testing pool. Okay. So this here, this 4,000 and this 2,000. Okay, these are in the testing pool. So it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a switch, which says like stay or leave or on or off or something like that. If I switch it to leave, right, or off or whatever it's going to say, that investment would go up to here. There's not going to be a fee on it or anything like that. And then I could go and sell it or wait till the audit's over and then withdraw it or reinvest in something else or do whatever I want, right? Once again, the monthly income balance, you will not get that. That's going to go towards the company because you're saying you don't want to be in it, okay? Type thing. Okay, so the next update here, which is a very, very difficult update to understand if you don't take your time to think about it. And you just, like, guys, we had about 5 people in our group that as soon as I put this in here, of course, the negative people were all over it, but we had about 5 people, guys. And really, I would say there's 3 negative people in group, like that I always see, like they're just chatting with each other. And that's basically what this group has turned into, is just like those 3 people chatting, which is crazy. It sucks for our group because, as you can see here, it's the engagement has just dropped off huge in this group. Guys, it's easy. I don't really want to talk about this stuff, but it's easy to see why, if you're in the EN chat group, the engagement has dropped off. If you continue to follow the post, is because whenever you come in this group, that's all you see is these 3 people, just chatting to each other, and their mindset is the glass is half empty and it's not half full, right? And that's just how some people are. Like, I'm not blaming them for thinking like that. You have to have people like that in the world for the world to go around. Like, if everyone's always happy and everyone's positive stuff, like, things wouldn't work out. Like, you need a yin and a yang in every situation. So we need people like that. It just sucks that it's come to a point now, guys, where I actually have to do something about this. And, I have a solution for this, which I'm going to implement in a couple days. That'll not exactly silence these people. Like, they'll still have their voice. They'll be able to come in here and, like, they say negative things about the owner. They say negative things about leaders. They say negative things about myself. They say negative things about other members, like in the chat group here. Like, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I've thought of a solution here where they can just talk to themselves. Like, the negative people can talk to each other, and then we don't have to see what they're saying. Like, we don't have to come in here to see what they're saying. They can just use this group as like their like shit pool, basically, kind of thing, right? Okay. So I'm going to talk about that solution in a couple days from now, guys. And the good news behind that is that I'm going to do something for everybody that speaks English. Okay. Not a support thing, but an updates thing. Everybody that speaks English. I think that'll be really neat. The people that are viewing, say, my YouTube channel, but you're not on my team, like, you can actually get updates from myself or from other top leaders in the English community, without being on our team, basically. That's kind of what I want to do here, guys, is just try and help everybody out. I think that's one of the best things you can do, is just to help people out that need it, kind of thing, right? Okay, so We talked about the toggle switch here. Now we got to talk about the next thing. Everything else in here, guys, I don't really think it's like something I need to go over in the video. I'll leave this here. You can just pause the video and read it if you want. But everything else is kind of, there's only really two important things in here that would apply, not even to everyone, but would apply to like, you need to know this stuff, right? Like that toggle switch, you're only going to have 7 days to switch it, right? So if you don't switch it, but you actually want to leave the testing pools and you don't switch over 7 days, then you're like stuck in those testing pools, right? Okay. Like your funds are stuck in there. And then when you actually want to withdraw, like you'd have to pay your fee and stuff to withdraw it. It's not going to be free, but over those 7 days, it's going to be free. And that's why we need to get the word out about that, right? Okay, so the next thing here, which when the company put this news out, well, actually the company has not put it out yet. The company's going to put it out sometime over the next week, okay? Which means 7 days. Doesn't mean like today's Tuesday, right? Doesn't mean like Sunday it's going to come out or whatever. I mean, like if something is over the week, it could be like over the next 7 days or something, or maybe even the next week. We don't know, right? So this has totally got lost in translation from just the feedback that I'm seeing about it in our group, guys, is they've called it the anti-crisis measure or something like that. And I think the translation of anti-crisis measure means something totally different in Russian because people are not understanding what anti-crisis measure, what's it about, okay? So if you understand just the extreme basics of it and you don't look at the whole thing, it doesn't seem good. Like it's like, oh, I don't like that kind of thing, right? So what it is, I would call it forced reinvestment, and it's a portion of your earnings, okay? That's what I would call it. But this is what people they're not continuing to read and they're not continuing to look into it. And that's all they're seeing is, oh, forced reinvestment is a portion of our funds. But they don't even call it that. They call it anti-crisis measure. So, it's even hard to figure out that kind of stuff, right? But we'll call it forced reinvestment with portion of your funds, okay? So if that's all you know, then you're like, oh, that doesn't sound good, right? That sounds like something a Ponzi scheme would do when they start to have problems or something, right? Okay? But what this is it's just for the audit. During the audit, you're going to have a forced reinvestment of portion of your funds, and it's only going to be investments with SWCT. So the S Pharmaceutical, only going to be forced reinvestment portion of your funds in 4X with SWCT. So it's not with S Pharmaceutical, it's not with the Prime, or I don't think it's with any of these guys here, guys. It might be with the Liquidity Mining. I'm not 100% sure on that. I didn't do any of those. So definitely with these here. And I'm not sure about the Optimal 2 pool. So we'll have to wait on news about that too, okay? But what this is I don't know how exactly it's going to work this way because the news hasn't come out, but it's been presented to us that it's going to create more demand for the sale of SWCT. And that's why it's just for during the audit, okay? So the only people that this affects are people that are withdrawing their profits. I shouldn't even say withdrawing. They're sending their monthly income balances up to their available balance and then selling that to other members, right? This is the only people that this is going to affect. If you're planning on withdrawing after the audit, doesn't really affect you. If you're planning on compounding and building, like definitely doesn't affect you. If you're withdrawing and selling your profits to another member, this is the only person it's going to affect, which is an extremely small amount of people, right? Like even myself, I don't really consider myself in that field because I've decided to use my savings to pay my bills and stuff like that until the audit's done. And then when the audit's done, then you have a one-to-one with the USD, right? That just makes sense to me, right? So this is what they're doing, guys, is they're doing that forced reinvestment during this audit. So for the next month to month and a half, they're going to do this. And this all links, like if you look at this is what I'm saying, look at the big picture here, right? They just put out the update that they're opening the P2P exchange inside S-Trade, right? Which is, I'm going to talk about that next. Okay. So they're doing all these little things here to create more demand for SWCT. I don't know exactly how, or their thoughts on, because the news hasn't come out, of how this forced reinvestment, I'll say, would go and create more demand for SWCT, how the company is thinking about that. But personally, I can see how it would work by looking at my team. Okay, so if I go and I look at my team, I see there's a lot of people that if, say, I don't know, say like 10% of their earnings was into forced reinvestment, that 10% would not make $15 a month. And logically, they would think, oh, I need more SWCT to go so I can make this investment make more than $15 a month, so it'll actually compound and the profits just won't go up to here, right? Because the majority of people are building. The company goes and they pull through with this where it actually works, this P2P exchange through S-Trade. That person who's selling SWCT, they'd be able to sell it through that P2P exchange, not have to go out there and physically find their own buyer. They sell it through the P2P exchange. And if the company can actually make the demand of SWCT go up to say 0.89, for instance, that's what I'm selling for, right? Then that member's probably going to be more happy because they're going to be able to sell for more than maybe what they're used to selling for, right? Maybe they're used to selling for 0.75, which that's what the Russian community is selling for, right? So that's kind of how I'm seeing this, guys. They haven't put the news out about that yet, but then again, you got to remember, this is for during the audit, okay? When the audit is done, there's no need for them to force or to try and create the demand for SWCT to go up. There's no need for that because the company can do that on their own through the exchange in S-Wallet for SWCT, right? Like it was before the audit, okay? So, yeah, guys, when you see news come out, like the worst thing you can do is do what the negative people do in the groups and don't look at the full news. Don't think about the full picture. Like I just went and described, this is how I'm looking at this full picture, right? Okay. And in the end result of it, yeah, you can see some people would not like that. But if you look at it, there's positives to it as well. Like the company is working to try and put the demand of SWCT up so that, because I know this doesn't affect like what you see me doing in my videos where I go and I sell SWCT for 0.89. But if you go and you think about the whole company, and what is the whole company is most of it's the Russian community. They're selling for 0.75. They're not selling for 0.89. They're selling for 0.75. The majority of them. If you go into these little Russian exchange groups here, like this guy right here, okay, you can see 0.75. They're all selling for 75 there, right? If I just magically scroll down here, you can see 75, 75, 75, 75, 75. They're all selling for that 0.75, which is low, right? So if the company can go and do this, you know, they put together their P2P exchange, which they put out an update that they're doing that, you know, it's going to soon come together kind of thing. And the demand for it actually goes up, then that, say 10% or whatever it's going to be, that's going to be a forced reinvestment, you might actually be able to sell your SWCT for 0.90 or something, or maybe 0.95 even or something. And that 10% that is actually getting reinvested doesn't even matter anymore because in the past you're selling for 0.75, right? So you're actually making more in the long run here, okay? So that's if everything works out and the company can create the demand of SWCT to go up, which if that's the case, guys, they would have to close these groups, these member-to-member Telegram exchange groups where they're like meeting up in person or they're doing bank transfer or PayPal or something like that. They'd have to close them. They would have to put something together where, you know, like it's not forbidden, but like you should not sell member-to-member kind of thing like that. Like let's use the P2P exchange to create demand for SWCT. Like that's the message that would have to come out. Yeah, that's what would have to happen, guys. I think they would have to close down all those exchange groups, those exchange groups that the leaders have created, right? Like I've created one for our team, right? I'd have to close that down, all that kind of stuff to make this work, right? Okay, so I'm going to shoot on down here. We'll go to today's update. So this is today's update, guys, and this is good stuff. I don't know why he's laughing at it, but he's one of the negative people, so that's probably why he's laughing at it. They'll laugh at anything. You can see here the P2P exchange platform there, guys. So this is company news. This is not from just the leader or something like that. They're actually saying, hey, we're doing this, okay? We're doing this. Go do your KYC verification, all that. So, guys, think of this now, okay? If they actually pull this off and they can create the demand of SWCT to go up, they're going to try and create the demand for STD to go up. They're going to create the demand for SWP to go up. I think that's what it's called, SWP. So if they can do this, create the demand for it to go up, guys, the price of it will go up. And you'll be able to sell it for closer to its actual value of what it is in at the S Group website, right? Okay, meaning that if they pull it off and they can do it properly, and they only have like 1 to 1.5 months to do it, so that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe they don't need to do this 1 month to 1.5 months to do it, but if they can do it, guys, and they pull it off so that like we're selling for, you know, not that much less than the actual value of it, who cares about the audit? Like, who cares about it? Because we'll be able to go to here and just withdraw it in a normal way by exchanging it for USDT or whatever you want to exchange it for, okay? So if you're not a negative person and if you're positive, like you can see this stuff. You can see what they're doing, guys, right? And it's freaking amazing what they're doing. So the only downside about that is the forced reinvestment for during the audit, right? So that's how I'm seeing it. If you're a sponsor, forced reinvestment is kind of the words you'd want to hear because it means like forced commission. But personally, on my end of things, guys, I don't like forced anything for the members and stuff, especially from a promotional point of view. But if it is just during the audit here, which they've said they're just doing this for the audit, well, Sergi said that, the leader of the company there, then that's not that bad, right? Because I've even made it upon myself that I'm not going to promote this thing heavy during the audit just because of the mindset of coming in during an audit is you're going to see negative people, you know, more often than you normally would. And that's not a good place to start is to surround yourself with the odd negative person, right? We'll get going here, guys. We're going to do, this video turned into something massive here, long video. So if I refresh this page, I think we've had more, I think that withdrawal's in here now, right? Of STD. So STD, yeah. So now we've got $422 of STD. So that withdrawal came through. So let's go. We're going to do a withdrawal, as I said here, to the ShakePay account, which is basically my bank. So I've got this. We're going to go do Ethereum because in Canada we have to use Ethereum or Bitcoin. We can't use USDT. Our big crypto guys in Canada, they say don't use it. Don't do it. Don't get involved with sites with USDT if you're in Canada. So I follow that. I follow that advice because I know there is sites out there where you can go and, you know, use USDT if you're in Canada, but just Ethereum and Bitcoin is what the one I use does, right? Okay, so there we go. So now we've got about $500 there in Ethereum. And we'll do a withdrawal of this as well to S-Trade. So now we're going to do a withdrawal. So I got to open up my ShakePay account. Okay, copy that. Go back to S-Wallet. Go to send. Go Ethereum. Wallet address. Okay, I always like to check things. So OX, I know that's my address there, but we'll just check it. Yep. And back here, the amount, just do the maximum. Yes, that's good. So that'll be about 700 or 800 Canadian, I think. 500 US, right? It's good. That'll go towards my car payments. Okay, so I got this code here. It's coming. And then we got to go to the emails, get the other code. And then we'll go to S-Trade too. I'll send in this video. This video is going to be super long. I'll send the... we got to go on our different email address now. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Confirmation code. Okay, so I'm going to go after this. I'll go into S-Trade and then I'll send that funds to S-Trade, the STD, and I'll sell it into SWCT, and I'll send it back into S Group there. So there you go. That withdrawal there's gone through. Well, it's on its way. It says pending, so that's there. And then what I got to do is I got to put my VPN on here. We'll go to Japan. Man, my ears are hurting from having this on my head for so long. Okay, so there's that. Now we'll go to S-Trade. Grab our wallet address. Sign in here. There. Okay, so now I go to wallets. Oh no, I gotta go to deposit. And we do this. So we need to deposit the STD. There it is there. Copy that. Go back here to S Wallet. Go to send. Go to STD. Address. Just double check it. OX 72. Yep. Here. Maximum. Send. There you go. Okay. So there we go. Do this here. Get my code. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's that. And I got a confirmation on my phone that Ethereum's on its way from ShakePay. I got one. Okay, so there you go. Go to transactions there. See that little guy? There he is. He's going. Oh, so this one's gone through. All right, so normally I don't record stuff like this, guys, just because it's like sending to my bank. Like, why would you even want to see that? Yeah, so 650 almost there. So I'm going to go buy and sell. But for the people in Canada, it's always good just to see, like, you know, this kind of stuff. So I have Ethereum. I want to sell that to Canadian dollars. Maximum. That. Yes. There you go. An error occurred. You're outside Canada because I have my VPN on. Got to disconnect my VPN. Disconnect. I'm in Japan. So yeah, you can only use ShakePay in Canada, guys. Okay, so change that. There you go. So you can see that cost me like $10 to do. That's exchanging for Canadian dollars, guys. You should see how much it is to buy in Canada, to buy like Ethereum or Bitcoin. It's insane. It's crazy. It's like a 7% fee here. So yeah, we're going to go over to send. We're going to do a wire Interac transfer. And then we'll just go through this process here. Maximum, send that. I got to block out this information. here, but I always take a screenshot of the information. Like I'll need the password to get into my security code stuff, right? For your transfer there. And yeah, that's on the way. It's just an e-transfer, so it's sending it to my bank. That's 640, I think it was. So that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. We did a whole lot in this video. We did sending a member funds. We did a withdrawal. We did two withdrawals from S Wallet, one to S Trade, which I'll trade that and then send it back to my S Group account, make an investment with that. And then we did a withdrawal to from S Wallet to my ShakePay account, and then you just saw me do a withdrawal from ShakePay to my bank account in Canada. So that's pretty crazy. And we talked about updates that, honestly, guys, these updates, they probably don't really apply to 90% of the members that are watching this video. Really, it only applies to people that are selling SWCT, is that the company is trying their best to make the value of SWCT to go up. They're trying their best to have that P2P exchange and it work. That type of thing. I shared my opinion on what I think they need to do is close all those exchange groups and, make it like, hey, if you want to be a leader with S Group, you can't have your own exchange group. You have to send the people to the P2P exchange group, and that's where the sale needs to be made. I think that's the message that they should put out. They shouldn't ban the groups, guys. They should just say, like, this is what we should, like, leaders, can you please recommend the P2P exchange? Like that's what I think they should do, because there's always going to be people that are doing meetups and selling, here's some cash, I'll give you some SWCT, like stuff like that. There's always going to be that, guys, especially in countries where it's like, Russia and Ukraine and that type of thing, where people are doing the events and they're sponsoring that way, where they're actually like, you meet your sponsor before you join, kind of thing. That's what basically an event is. It's not like how I do it with internet marketing. And, like I probably have more people that join me that are from the UK than from Canada, right? Even though I'm Canadian. It's like India. There's a ton of people in India that are in S Group, right? So that's it for me, guys. This video has been long enough. I got to go to the gym. It takes it out of me. It's taxing on me to talk about the negative stuff. Meaning like the negative people and because I start thinking about, just things like it, like when people say things that like I feel I'm trying to do my best I make these videos even to try and support everyone. I try and, every little update that I see, even if I feel like I don't need to put this information out just yet, like I'll put it in our EN chat group and stuff like that. And then when, it's just taxing on you when you see the majority of people that are viewing your update and talking about it are the people that are negative, and that's what it's turned into. And there's only like 3 to 5 of them or 3 of them or something like that out of the 250 people that are in there, because those 250, the rest of them like decided not to look at it anymore, kind of thing. Or just it kind of gets taxing on you guys, where it's like, man, I want to do good and I think I'm doing good. But then it turns into something where the majority of what you hear is you're not good. And there's a better, you're not a good sponsor and stuff like that. Like at least once a week they comment, I'm not a good sponsor in there. So yeah, it's just, it's tough. And then I sit here and I think like, how can I be a better sponsor and all this stuff? And then, I start thinking like, maybe they're just saying that just because they're in a situation where they feel they need to make someone else feel bad or something like that. Like kids are like that, right? Like I have an 8-year-old son, right? He's almost 8. He'll be 8 next month. I see him and his friends are like that. Like when they get in arguments and stuff, they don't think, because it's kids. It's like a kid's mind, right? They don't think about a solution. They think, how can I make the other person feel how I feel? Like if I feel bad, how can I make that person feel bad, right? That's how they think. And I don't want to say the negative people in group, they act like kids, but that's what it reminds me of. It's just like, oh, I don't feel good. I want other people to feel bad. It's kind of like, I don't know if that's like, how do you make it through life like that? I don't know. So anyways, that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in another video shortly. Bye-bye.